Welcome to YBTV Rewind. I'm Emma Dingus.
And I'm Brandon Cruz. Emma, it is our last show ever, which is insane. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Brandon. I think it's a bittersweet moment, for you and I and our other seniors on the show. But it's also an exciting night. We have a great show tonight. It's going to be a great time. But how are you feeling, Brandon?
I'm feeling good. It's like 2 or so weeks until graduation, which is insane for me to think about. Like, I'm gonna save some sentimentality for later in the show, but just like I remember back like 3 years ago, I joined YBTV. I was a completely different person, and like to see where I am now as compared to where I was as a sophomore, it's really crazy. I'm still processing how to feel about it, that like we are at the end or close to the end. So I'm feeling good though. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, it is, and we've got a lot to get into. So let's dive right in and look at some of our best work from the semester. Danny Johnson has more from the Spring Fling.
On Saturday, which allows students to decompress in multiple different ways.
So Spring Fling is our biggest SAB dance of the year, and it is a celebration of springtime and all things just light and happy and springy. And we typically have dancing and then a photo booth and some other various activities, and of course food. We always have food.
Whether you're dancing with friends, eating bundt cakes, getting your photo taken, or making a pot for your plant, there was something different about this specific dance.
I'm hoping that they can just take time to relax and take time to just enjoy a night where they can dress up and feel pretty and have a great time with their friends, and recognize that college doesn't always mean work, study, sleep, and then do it all again. That they can go out and just dance with their friends and eat some fun food and just enjoy themselves for an evening.
For all future events by SAB, make sure to stay up to date so you don't miss out on the fun. And if you have any suggestions for future events, you can submit them through SAB's Instagram in their bio. For YBTV, I'm Danny Johnson.
Thanks, Danny. The International Gala was hosted this semester, and it certainly was one to remember. Caleb Wiegers has the story.
The International Student Association and MCC put on their yearly International Gala with many talented students and great food. All 560 attendees were treated to a dinner and show that incorporated traditions from many different cultures. Students showed off their talents and hard work with many different performances, including some singing and lots of dances. This event brought so many people together, not only from Messiah's campus, but also all over the world.
International Gala has been happening as long as I've been at Messiah and much longer, and that's been a long time. So this year the theme was Merging Waters, and what we wanted to accomplish with that theme was really representing that each individual person has a stream, a body of water, something that they carry within them, and that there's even more depth that is found when we merge those waters together and we bring ourselves together, for example, in this beautiful, diverse community that we just have.
International Gala is one of the biggest and most popular Messiah events of the year, so it's no wonder that the tickets sold out in an hour. This year's Gala was a special event for the Messiah community, as it is every year.
That was amazing. Thank you, Caleb. And speaking of Caleb, Brandon, he also has our next story about the CMC concert.
Studying this semester at CMC Nashville. We're currently just starting out our tour, and Messiah was our first stop. We have 3 more stops after this up in New York. The entire tour production was student-run, student-built. Everything is done by the students throughout the semester. All the songs, you see all of the programming, everything with lights, video wall, arrangements of songs, that's all done by the students.
Thank you, Caleb, so much for all your work you put in on all the Nat Packs you've done this entire semester and your whole time at YBTV. But we'll be right back with more YBTV Rewind after this.
What drew me to Messiah was when I was looking for graduate programs, that it was real people and they were welcoming me to the program. They were interested in who I was as a person, they were interested in my career goals, and they truly just welcomed me before I was even a student.
At Messiah University, in our graduate program of Business and Leadership, we offer an MBA with various concentrations, a Master of Arts in Healthcare Leadership, a Master of Arts in Strategic Leadership, and various graduate certificates. All of our graduate programs in Business and Leadership are accredited by ACBSP, which is the main governing body for business programs, both at the graduate and undergraduate level.
So I found that the online instruction at Messiah was high quality. Definitely a good experience, and an experience that maintained community, even though we were separated by geography sometimes of considerable distances.
Our online courses are capped at 15. This enables students to really develop a deep connection with faculty as they're being mentored throughout the program.
They brought their business experience to every single class. So our professors are teaching us, this is what it's like in the real world, and this is how you can take all the stuff out of this book, all this leadership theory, and practically apply it in the workplace.
I would highly recommend Messiah's programs because I feel very cared for by the faculty. They do a great job of making you apply your faith to where you're working. The MBA program is a good reminder that you can be a faithful business professional, and I just feel like I'm becoming a better person and I'm going to be a better future leader because of this program.
Welcome back to YBTV Rewind. I'm Emma Dinkus.
And I'm Brandon Cruz. And Emma, so it's been really, the weather's been really nice for the past week and a half or so. What did you think about the weather today?
Brandon, I loved it. The only thing I don't like about this weather is that it makes me significantly less productive because all I want to do is just be outside and with friends and hanging out. But it's been great. It was a pretty cold winter, so it's nice to see some warmer temperatures. But how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I share that sentiment about, productivity going down. the combination of us being seniors and 2 weeks until graduation, and it's already starting to feel like summer, so it's kind of a teaser a bit. It's been really nice. I've been trying to spend a lot more time outside, so I hope this weather keeps up like the way it's been for the rest of our time here, and even for graduation too, because I would love for graduation to be outside. So.
I would too. It would be nice to be all together with all our classmates and everything. But it's time to see what John Wanger has for this week's Falcon forecast.
Good evening, Messiah, and welcome to the final Falcon forecast of the year. I am John Wanger. It is a beautiful day in Grantham, Pennsylvania. It is 72 right now. We had a high of 75. There is no rain in the area, no clouds in the area, not even that humid, so really comfy outside. And we're going to see, it's going to heat up tomorrow, though. It's going to be the hottest day of the year, actually. By midday, it's going to be in the upper 80s. So certainly, if you go outside, make sure you're wearing sunscreen, staying in the shade. If you're driving to campus, hopefully the AC in your car works, because mine does not. And by the end of the day, we're also maybe going to see some showers, maybe some storms, but nothing that crazy. And you're going to see it, that front, as it comes up towards our area. That's going to be sort of what you're seeing tomorrow and leading us into the next few days. And as for the temperature, again, pretty run-of-the-mill across the whole state. 70s, maybe in the 60s up north, but nothing crazy. And we are going to see that increase, though, over the next few days. But right now, it's pretty comfy. Looking at our dew points, 21 on Monday, 40 on Tuesday, 35 Wednesday, 41 Thursday, and 58 on Friday, which is a product of some showers that will be making its way to our area over the weekend. And we'll get into that in our 7-day forecast. 86 on Friday, 80 on Wednesday, 78 on Thursday, and you'll see on Friday, primarily Friday night, we're going to see those showers roll in, and that also go into Saturday morning. But as you see for the weekend, 69 on Saturday, Sunday 69 as well. Going to be a very nice weekend, and 73 on Monday. So it's going to be a pretty comfy week overall to study for finals and get prepared for what comes next for you. So that's it for Falcon Forecast. For YBTV, I'm John Wenger.
Thanks, John. And Emma, I don't know about you, but I'm curious to hear what some other student summer plans are. And for FOS this week, for the first and last time ever, Caleb Wiegers has Falcon on the Street for us. Caleb?
Welcome to the last Falcon on the Street of the semester. My name is Caleb Wiegers, and I'll be going around asking students what their summer plans are.
I guess my summer plans are, I got an internship down in the chemical plant in Northern Virginia. I'll be trying out there, some mechanical experience, so that's what I'll be doing this summer.
So my summer plans are going to be getting an internship, probably at an engineering firm near where I live. It'll be probably for the whole summer. I need the internship for my classes. It'll be a great learning experience, and hopefully I'll get paid.
My summer plans, I'm going to Portugal for a week, which is going to be really cool, and then I'm a preschool teacher when I go home, so I'll be teaching my little kiddos for the rest of it.
So this summer I am doing communications and building a YouTube channel for Senator Vincent Hughes in Harrisburg.
This summer I'll be working my usual job. I'll be firefighting, and I'll be going overseas in a peace ship to help people across the waters.
My summer plans are heading back to Maine and hanging out with my family, getting a job up there. Thank you for watching the last Falcon on the Street of the semester. I'm Caleb Wiegers.
Brandon, it already sounds like an exciting summer. But Brandon, do you have any summer plans?
I'm really just trying to take the summer kind of like as I go, just that's really how it works for me. Just like I am planning on traveling a bit. I don't know where yet. I have a couple places in mind, but just I really take it by like a kind of like a day-to-day thing. I have one summer left until I get started on a pretty good opportunity in September, but just like I want to take this last summer just to relax, take it one day at a time, and usually whatever happens, it turns out well. So yeah, what about you?
Yeah, well, early on this summer, I'll be going with the cross-cultural here at Messiah. We offer a whole bunch of them. I'm going on the Nordic one, so I'll be going to Norway, Iceland, Sweden, and Denmark. So I'm very excited. I've never been to that part of the world before, so it'll be a great time and get to see a lot of cool places. And we're going to the ABBA Museum, which I'm very excited about. So that'll be really, really cool. But yeah, it'll be a good summer.
Yeah, out of all the things at Messiah that I really wish I did take advantage of was the cross-culturals, which I am going to try to make up for the travel over the summer. But Charlie Jones walked us down memory lane all semester long on the vault, but the most notable story he covered had to be the one about clowns. Charlie?
And welcome back to The Vault, where I unlock Messiah's history 1 week at a time. I'm your host, Charlie Jones. Tonight, we'll take a look at an organization very near and dear to my heart. Clowns for the Kingdom was a community outreach group formed in the 1990s as a part of Messiah's Creative Arts Ministry program. Their goal was to bring the Word of God to people of all ages and spread joy through skits and comedic interactions. The group was comprised of students and faculty who would volunteer their time and talents to serve their community both on and off campus. Through the years, Clowns for the Kingdom performed at numerous events, such as the annual Special Olympics hosted by Messiah, Fall Fest at Messiah Village, and so much more. The clowns would entertain crowds with props, face painting, balloon animals, juggling, and the adorable antics of the group mascot, a German Shepherd named Hamster. Unfortunately, the organization's activities were put on pause by the COVID-19 pandemic and have been inactive ever since. Regardless, throughout 3 decades of service, the group brought joy and whimsy to Messiah and the surrounding communities. That's all for this week, but be sure to tune in next time when I unlock the vault.
Ton of Messiah alums and professors, both on and off campus. We're going to look back at when Jessica Fannin sat down with John Chopka to hear about his story.
So I was born to hippie parents. It was a great upbringing, but I lived in a house that had no indoor plumbing. We bathed in a creek, used an outhouse. We had 152 acres in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia.
John Chopka has been the vice president for enrollment management for the past 17 years at Messiah University, and here is his story.
But suffice it to say that the volatility in family life kept my grandma, my stepdad's mom, Grandma Ruby, kept her praying for me. And she had an uncanny way of swooping in during every family crisis, taking me to church when the rest of my family wasn't going to church. And it was about that time in my life where my heart opened to the message of Christ's grace, forgiveness, and salvation. My dad was an alcoholic, and he was a workaholic. He did some soul searching, and in 1979, my dad experienced the grace and forgiveness of Jesus, and it changed his life. He was able to give up those addictions that had brought so much volatility to the family. And I can tell you, sitting here today, it impacted his life, yes, but my entire family's life.
Fast forward to Chopka's young adult years.
I enrolled at Malone College as a first-generation college student. I tell people I've gone from the hills of Appalachia to the halls of academia. And my dad's decision to follow Christ has impacted my generation and my children's generation, and I'll say many generations to come.
You did a great job on that one, Jess. Also for Beyond the Breaches, we're going to take a look at the time John Wenger spoke to Jen Tuma about her softball legacy here at Messiah.
Hey everyone, my name is John Wenger and welcome back to Beyond the Breaches. This week we'll be talking with Jen Tuma, who when she graduated from Messiah in 1998, left behind one of the greatest softball careers the campus has ever seen. Little did she know at the time though, that her impact on campus would be far from over.
I always kind of thrived on the pressure.
A two-time NCAA All-American, Tuma was a premier leader and center fielder for Messiah softball in the late 90s, an era which culminated in a defeat in the NCAA Division III tournament.
It was a devastating loss. The extreme, super excited to my career's over.
While Tuma's time as a player for Messiah was over, an unexpected opportunity appeared for her.
Amy Weaver, she was my head coach my senior year. She pulled me into her office. She asked if I wanted to come back and be an assistant coach the following year. Being a part of the national championship team in 2009 as a coach, that was an incredible ride. In 2016, we went to the championship game. When you can sit back and you don't have to coach, that's when you know you have a good team.
Family obligations forced Tuma to move on from coaching, but she has since found new roles at Messiah as both the assistant aquatics director and as a wellness instructor.
Since I wasn't coaching, and I really do like this college age group, it kind of filled that hole of being in that space. I'm glad Messiah has a program that students need to be a part of, because it isn't just about a fitness aspect to it, whether it's spiritual wellness or occupational wellness, emotional, social wellness. We've got to balance all of them out because they all play off of each other.
Whether it's on the field, in the pool, or in the classroom, Jen Tuma has made a remark on Messiah. For YBTV, I'm John Wenger. This has been Beyond the Breaches.
Thank you, John. Now, this final story, Brandon, is a new one, but one that I think is nice to share. But the past 2 years, Messiah has partnered with Cumberland Valley Schools Pathway to Employment program, which helps students with disabilities to find jobs and adjust to what life after school will look like. I got to sit down with a few of the members of this program to hear more about why this partnership with Messiah is so special to them. Cumberland Valley's Pathway to Employment program has been partnered with Messiah University to help guide students to their next stage of their life.
We have a partnership with Messiah University for students in their last year of high school who have an IEP to have some on-campus paid employment partnership with Messiah.
When thinking of partnerships, Messiah was one of the first schools that came to mind.
Messiah welcomed us. I mean, it was all the employees, the student body have been super welcoming when we were in the planning sessions. Everybody was willing and excited about it, wanted to work with our students, happy, excited. So I think it was kind of like not just that they were offering this, but the excitement and the willingness that everybody wanted our students there and made them, feel part of it.
When asked about the people that they've met at Messiah, students had this to say.
Just friendliness, people who talk to me and always uplift my spirit when I'm feeling down. Caring, helpful, and kind.
Well, that's all we have for right now, but stay tuned because James and Nate have the recap on Messiah Athletics.
And I'm Nate Harlacker. It's officially time to recap the spring 2025 semester for all things Messiah Athletics. But first, James, I just want to say congratulations, the winner of the Behind the Scenes MVP award last night at the 2025 MESPIS. Anything you'd like to say for your fans listening at home?
Well, I do very much appreciate it. I love working for Messiah Athletics, right? You do it as well. It's fun to work behind the scenes. But another fun thing I love about Messiah Athletics is getting to recap it here. And that's what we're going to do one final time here. So,
we will be looking back at the successful end of the season for many of our winter sports and catch you up on the latest activity for spring sports on campus.
Yeah, and men's basketball had an up and down season, playing in a very difficult MAC Commonwealth conference. The team finished 4-10 in conference play, including a season sweep over Widener and possibly the moment of the season with Cole Fisher's game-winning buzzer beater to take down the defending MAC champion Eagles of Eastern University. The team now looks towards next season as the team has appointed Jacob Flegel as the team's new head coach.
Women's basketball also had another very successful season, shocker there, capped off with another MAC title. The women had a dominant season, going undefeated in conference play on their way to another championship, avenging their loss at home to the Widener Pride in last year's MAC final. The team had many outstanding individual performers this year, highlighted by Chloe Milanese being named MAC Commonwealth Defensive Player of the Year, and Reese Harden winning Offensive Player of the Year. Milanese and Harden were both named to the MAC Commonwealth First Team, with Liv Monturo being named an honorable mention. Coach Mike Miller won MAC Coach of the Year, and Harden was named to the D3 Hoops All-Region Team.
Messiah Wrestling had another great season. They finished second in the MAC tournament as a team, with Ryder Slayton winning the 184-pound weight class. 3 wrestlers then advanced to the NCAA Wrestling Championships in Providence, Rhode Island. Ryder Slayton, Austin Brass, and Sawyer Darazinski all competed where their strong seasons would come to an end.
Swimming and indoor track and field also had some strong seasons. This seasons were highlighted by the men's swimming full senior relay, which on senior day broke the Messiah pool record in the 800 free relay. Indoor track and field was highlighted by all season long by Hannah Witter, continuously breaking the indoor pole vault record seemingly every single meet.
Men's volleyball is our lone spring sport that has already closed out their season, and a successful season it was, with many individual and team accomplishments. The men finished as the runner-up in the MAC tournament and earned the program's second ever at-large bid into the national tournament. The season would come to an end in the Elite Eight in a tough contest against Southern Virginia, but the Falcons finished the year with many individual awards, with Connor Stauffer winning MAC Defensive Player of the Year, Todd Snyder winning Rookie of the Year, and Justin Beachy being named Coach of the Year. Stauffer made the All-Conference first team, being joined by Alex Kagoro, Ryan Givens, and Brandon Sharp. Snyder was named to the All-Conference second team. Stauffer, Kagoro, and Sharp were all named to the All-Region team, and Kagoro and Sharp were first-team All-Americans, while Stauffer was a second-team All-American.
Now that we're all done recapping all of the sports that have concluded their seasons in the second semester, let's look back at the teams that are still competing, as women's lacrosse, baseball, softball, and men's and women's tennis all compete in the MAC Commonwealth Playoffs this week, with softball hosting the double elimination tournament this weekend. Women's lacrosse will host a semifinal matchup on Wednesday, and baseball will host a semifinal series this weekend as well. Both tennis teams also host a semifinal match this week.
Now it's time to recap some of the best plays from the last few months in this Rewind edition of the Falcon 4.
For our first highlight, we head to the basketball court for a matchup between the Messiah women's basketball team and the Mustangs of Stevenson University. Up big in the third quarter, Ainsley Bell added some flair with this nice move. So we see Emmy Faith Wood with the ball here, passing it up over 3 Mustang defenders to Reagan Fogarty. She finds Bell, and she lays up a beautiful basket to give the Falcons just an outrageous lead in the third quarter. There you see beautiful pass straight over 3 defenders, and Fogarty finds a wide open Bell and drops it. Nice there for the easy layup. This is just one of many, many plays that this Messiah women's basketball team has put together all season long. Have done a great job at that. The Falcons would win this one big, as they did as most of their conference matchups, steamrolling their way to another MAC Commonwealth title.
Now let's head to the lacrosse turf, where Alina Burnell-Clark finished up a beautiful team move with this nice goal. So here you see Messiah up 3 late in the game, trying to get another goal, tack it on, close this one out. Jordan Lewicki working down in the corner there, going to get away from 2 defenders, pass it over to Katie Buckowitz. Buckowitz going to swing it around the top to Haley Lettinga. Lettinga going to find a cutting Clark in the middle. She's going to fire it into the bottom quarter for the goal. Shout out John Wenger, a little ABC there on the action with that one. We'll take another look at this. Nice pass inside to Burnell-Clark, who makes a beautiful cut, receives it, turns around, and fires that one into the net. Of course, their season's still going on, and the women would win this game and have had quite a successful season, highlighted by an overtime win at the number 5 ranked Seagulls of Salisbury University. The women look to capture the MAC Commonwealth title this week, starting with a semifinal match on Wednesday.
Now let's head to Houck Field, where Evan Wagaman has been chasing history, breaking more than a few all-time records at the plate for Messiah this year. And this highlight showcased the power that Wagaman has shown off all 4 years on the team. So here we see Messiah up 2-1 against Stevenson, bottom of the first inning. Wagaman with an incredible drive into left center field for his 24th home run of his career, breaking the all-time record here at Messiah, previously held by none other than Chris Heisey, who played in the major leagues, played for a couple of years for the Reds and the Nationals. So pretty high name to be up there with. And congratulations to Evan right there. And the team and Wagaman have not slowed down, claiming the number 1 overall seed in the MAC tournament for a 2nd straight year in a row. After losing in the championship series last year, the team is looking to get one more win and bring home the MAC Commonwealth title.
And for our last highlight, we head to Jordan Court in Hitchcock Arena, where even with an up-and-down season, Cole Fisher delivered an unforgettable moment for the Messiah men's basketball team. So you see, down 1, just 2 seconds left on the clock. Caleb Lyles is going to fire an inbound pass, try to get it back to Lyles, no chance. Fisher turns and fires and hits the buzzer beater for the win over the Eagles of Eastern University. You can see the team's going crazy, the crowd's going crazy. We're going to get another look at this one here from the court footage from Caleb Kukin. Look at that. Fisher turns around, fires it in there. You see pandemonium on the court. This win was the highlight of the year for the team. And as mentioned earlier, the men now move forward into a new era under newly hired head coach Jacob Flegel.
Some great highlights from another great semester. Highlights, however, weren't the only thing we covered here on YBTV Sports, as we've covered some great stories. And as always, James has the recap.
Started the semester talking to Cole Fisher about his game-winning shot.
So I think the next play we brought it down, and then the ball kind of went out of bounds, and it was still our ball. There's 2.5 seconds left or something. We call a timeout. I didn't think I could get Caleb the ball, and so I just kind of turned around, shot it, and then it didn't really feel real from there. I just watched it go in and then celebrated with my teammates. So
I then had the chance to sit down with Coach Phil Schallenberger to talk about the upcoming baseball season.
it's easy to maybe become complacent. And so I think for us is just understanding that just because of our success last year, that doesn't determine our success moving forward either.
Charlie Jones taught us about the history of the Ultimate Frisbee team in the vault and then joined the team for a practice.
Hi, so you saw we joined the Frisbee team for a little bit. We ran a few drills with them. Yeah, it's been a great time. Really love playing with these guys, but we're not going to take up too much of their time. We're going to let them get back to their own practice. And yeah, watch these guys play it well.
Cameron Fisher took a look inside the life of Ethan Gregory, a Messiah men's soccer athlete and member of YBTV.
But after the soccer season ended my freshman year, I started working with Messiah Athletic Communications. I was broadcasting games, I was producing games, I was taking video, doing all these things, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I love this. This is a blast. So I was like, maybe I'll just switch my major to broadcasting and journalism.
Next, Libby Zimmerman talked to Connor Stauffer about his time on the Messiah volleyball team.
Discipline is something that we as a team talk about all the time, and so being an outside hitter has really helped me become a libero, but there are a lot of different things that you kind of, playing defense and like where your base positioning or where your positioning is at is a lot different than where I was playing the past couple of years.
Emma Dingus then talked to the Wilson brothers and what it's like to play together for Messiah men's tennis.
The opportunity we had to play in high school was a really special thing for us, so I knew moving forward Lance would be excited to join our team and kind of get that connection again. So it's been a really good thing for both of us.
And finally, we recapped Messiah softball's senior day.
This group of girls is really great, and I love that this is my last hurrah, and we still have a bunch of games left, so keep pushing on. But yeah, this was a great way to end senior day.
For YBTV Sports, I'm James Hellman. Well, that's all for this semester of YBTV Sports, and for Nate and I, our last show ever. It's been quite the fun few years, and so Nate, I just got to know as we close things out, what has been your favorite part of YBTV Sports?
You know, James, I love sports more than anything when it comes to stuff like this. Mm-hmm. So being alongside you a majority of these years, getting to talk about sports that we work all the time. You know, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'm going to miss it a lot, especially being able to do it with a guy like you, award-winning, behind-the-scenes MVP, James Hellman, everybody.
Oh, man. Just much of the same, man. It's just, it is so much fun getting to work these sports. You know, you work every aspect of it. You get to know the teams, you get to know the players, and you get to know the people that you work with. I think some of my favorite moments commentating with you, and you just work with someone so much, you know them a lot better. And yeah. Same thing, anchoring. It's been a good time, but that is all for now. But don't go anywhere because we have a special guest joining us up next.
I think one of the major distinctives of a Messiah University nursing degree is our Christ preeminent approach to our teaching. We really focus on teaching students that they are the hands and feet of Christ. At Messiah University, we offer a very robust menu of nursing programs. We have our 4-year traditional BSN program in person here on campus, and then we offer a variety of online nursing programs. For example, we have the RN to BSN degree completion, 2 master's tracks, and then we have the dual degree, MSN, MBA degree, as well as 2 Doctor of Nursing practice tracks. And then we also offer postmaster's certificates in nursing administration and nursing education. We have maintained and sustained a very high NCLEX pass rate, the National Council Licensing Exam for registered nurses. As well, we are fully accredited by the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education. We also prepare our students here at Messiah University by introducing them to a variety of clinical scenarios in our simulation labs. And so students have an opportunity to practice clinical, hands-on care before they encounter that experience in the clinical setting. Many of our nursing faculty are still practicing as a nurse clinician in the specialty in which they teach. And that's true at the graduate level and the undergraduate level. We've been teaching nursing students at Messiah University for more than 3 decades. And over those years, our Messiah graduates have earned a stellar reputation in our community. They are known for their compassionate caring, for their expert clinical skills, and really importantly, for their ethical approach to care. And so our community agencies and our clinical partners really value Messiah graduates.
Welcome back to YBTV Rewind. I'm Emma Dingus.
And I'm Brendan Cruz, and we are joined here with the incomparable Dr. Nance McCown. Nance, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing all right, Brandon. It's the start of the last week of class, so everything's great.
Enough said. Yeah, and Nance, we'll start things off, but thank you for coming on here. But the first question is, what brought you to Messiah?
Oh my goodness. Well, in some ways I never left because I was a student here many years ago, but I had the opportunity to come back and work in the Office of Marketing and Communications years and years ago. And then my husband and I were RDs, and then I had the chance to adjunct and went on for my PhD and just never really left. So I guess they can't get rid of me.
I can't. And why would they? You know?
That's kind.
Yeah, and so you have a lot of roles here on campus now. You're one of the co-chairs of the Department of Communications. You teach mainly PR classes, and I know this is going to be a very difficult question for you to answer, but what has been your favorite part about your roles here at Messiah and all your time here?
It's really hard to pinpoint for sure. I think it's been a privilege to serve the department as co-chair and be able to help shape curriculum and the community that we share together. But probably for me, the best part is not any one thing, but all those little moments where you get to see students have aha times in the classroom where the light bulb goes off and they realize, oh, I think I get it now. And it's a real joy to be able to walk alongside them and see that, and to see their growth personally and spiritually as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And another question, again, might be kind of hard to answer, but if you had to pick, what would you say is, one of your proudest moments of your career?
Ooh. That is really hard. I think seeing maybe the students, there haven't been many, but across the years there have been a few that have struggled, and you were hoping and praying them through and trying to work alongside them and get them to graduation, and seeing that happen is a real joy.
Yeah, definitely.
And so me and Emma were seniors, and you're retiring. So for all of us, it's kind of it now. So we just want to know, what is some advice that you have for us as seniors as we're also going through this, like, one of the biggest changes a person can go through, our time in college ending?
Yeah, for sure. It's a big transition for all of us. I'm a senior too, but I'm more of a senior citizen than a senior in college. I think what I would say to both of you is to just don't take your eyes off God. Make sure that you are keeping that relationship strong, and anything else that you do, He's going to bring that into your life and things will fall into place. And also, don't feel like you have to know what you're going to do for the rest of your life, because my path took a lot of changes across the years, a lot of time spent in higher education, but different roles than I ever dreamed I would have. And I'm guessing that might be similar for you. So all the things that you do now, you're going to be able to take each step and bring those together, and it will prepare you for the next thing. God's going to use it all.
Yeah. I love you mentioning not taking your eyes off of God. I think that's something that the department, you and Dr. Ark and Dr. Dixon, everyone, does such a great job of always reminding us, and that faith aspect, always bringing it into our classroom. That's always so wonderful and refreshing to hear about. But if you could tell us, what are some of your favorite kind of hidden gems or different things about Messiah that people might not really know about?
Well, the studio we're sitting in is one of them, actually, because I feel like so few people actually know it's here, which is hard to understand, but that's the way that it is. I think it's easy to take the beauty of campus for granted when we're here all the time. So just walking around and seeing things, really observing things as you're going from class to class or meeting to meeting, like it's for me most of the time. I think the relationships are really the biggest gems on campus, whether it's with colleagues or other students or your boss or your work study supervisor, whoever it is. Those are the things that I find to be the biggest treasures here.
And so we mentioned that this is you're retiring from your position at Messiah. We just all want to know, what's next?
Me too. Actually, I do have a few ideas. My husband was able to retire last fall. We plan on a few little trips here and there, New Zealand being the big one somewhere down the road. And we also want to spend a lot of time with family. They live scattered. One is close, one of our kids is close by, the others live a little bit farther away. So it'll be nice to be able to spend time with them and with my husband's parents. But the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is having some margin to be able to rest a little bit and just take the time to watch for needs that others have and be able to say yes to those needs and serve the Lord in that way. My friend calls that the ministry of availability, and I'm really looking forward to that too.
That's so wonderful. That's wonderful. Is there anything else that either we haven't asked you about that maybe you would want to either tell like current students here at Messiah, incoming students, graduating students? What would you want to kind of, if you were to, I guess, like pitch Messiah to them and say like why you should come here? What would you say to them?
Why you should come to Messiah. Messiah is a place where you will have the opportunity to prepare for your career well, to learn skill sets that we like to call transferable skills, such as critical thinking and problem solving, and of course writing and speaking, all of those good things. And it's also a place where you're going to have a chance to grow spiritually in ways that you don't expect. I think one of the things I love about Messiah the most is that Jesus is at the center for almost all of us here on campus, but how we get there and how we live that out looks a little different from person to person, and being open to learning from others and also learning how to navigate and negotiate those differences that we might have in ways that are going to be gracious and hospitable and Christ-like and civil, respectful. Those are some of the big highlights for me about what we do here at Messiah, and I think they're all a great combination to prepare you for whatever God has next.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you so much, Dr. McCown, for all the time and for everything that you've done for this department and all of us. I know every person here has been in a class of yours and learned something from you, so just thank you so much for all of your years of service to Messiah. But thank you so much for joining us, and we are going to be right back after the break, so stay tuned.
Christian universities recruit from a pool of prospective students who vary greatly in their Christian denominational backgrounds and faith traditions. In a way, each student could be portrayed as a different colored piece of glass. Some Christian universities may seek only one subset of students, let's say these red pieces of glass. Others might prefer to recruit different subsets of students, blue pieces of glass, for example. Still others may welcome many colors of glass, but still see it as their mission to make students' incoming colors more uniform, to change them all to purple, for example, by the time they graduate. But at Messiah University, we take a different approach. Messiah's vision of reconciliation welcomes students from a wide variety of Christian traditions and backgrounds, symbolized by many more colors. We call this the Messiah metaphor. At Messiah, each student brings a valuable perspective that is celebrated, appreciated, and allowed to remain distinct. In the grace of our shared love of Christ, and in our worship, study, and service, we combine our individual colors into a community that is more beautiful together, like a strong and vibrant stained glass window. And the insight that is born in all of us is the light that shines through. Together, we see anew.
Messiah has helped me see my faith anew, mainly through the experiences I've gone with other professors and other students. I think it's important to understand that as Christians, we are all different. We all come from different backgrounds and we have different life experiences. I think it's really important that we get to understand and hear and listen to these people, and it's something that we can take a small part of their life and put into ours.
Welcome back to YBTV Rewind. I'm Brandon Cruz, and this semester I had the privilege of producing the majority of YB Tonight alongside some much appreciated help from Danny Johnson. Here is a short recap from the semester.
Hello Messiah and welcome to YB Tonight. I'm
Brandon Cruz, and welcome back to my final time hosting YB Tonight. It's Monday, I think, so that means we've got a great show ahead of us.
Tell me the stories that have been lost in the transatlantic global translation. and wrap me in what was forgotten. See, I always have one foot across the ocean, the other in my grandmother's kitchen. I don't really belong, but the fragrance and language still feel a little like home to me.
Senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changing.
Time of the show where we unfortunately have to send off our seniors. Let's take a look at some of their best moments. And let's bring the seniors out. All right. Now we're going to take a look at some of their best moments. So,
One, two. It's so hard to say it, but darling, let's face it. These feelings we're feeling cannot be ignored.
Great share of the scene take two.
If you're scared that you'll say something you'll regret, well, love is something that's best when quiet. Avoid a fight and be polite. Just shut up. Wait a second, that ain't right. I'm taking a chance because I like you a lot, so I'll give it a shot. Give it all that I got. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-dee. Suddenly you call my name and I lose my brain and I float up to the moon.
Desire believe when I
Thank you, stars, for giving to me. I'm happy all the same. It's so hard to say it, but darling, let's face it. These feelings revealing cannot be ignored. So I'll work on this letter till our timing gets better. Sincerely, yours truly, and forevermore.
This is YBTV Sports. I'm John Wenger. I've been looking forward to this show all week. It's been a rough week. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I went through a pretty significant Animal Crossing phase during COVID. I got to like the 200-hour mark and I was just like picking up weeds and attacking my villagers with an axe, and I was like, what am I doing with my life right now? So I moved on from that phase of my life and moved on to better, more productive things, but it did happen nonetheless. Anyways.
He's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality.
Good evening, Messiah, and welcome to YB Tonight. I'm your host, Nate Harlacker. And I'm Nate Harlacker. I'm Nathan Harlacker. Sports! And I'm Nate Harlacker. We've got a great show for you tonight. But first, I just want to make this point, John. I absolutely love your outfit.
Thank you. I think yours is great as well.
Thank you.
We definitely tried this, by the way.
We did. We
definitely. Just
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final YB Tonight of the year, and my final YB Tonight ever. Thank goodness. I'm James Hellman. Good evening, and welcome to YB Tonight Live. I'm your host, James Hellman.
Welcome back to Falcon Update right here on YBTV. It's time to get caught up on Messiah University athletics with YBTV Sports. I'm PJ Wright.
When a parent tells you no, you gotta respect that, but Drake just does whatever he... Who is this guy?
Look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out! Here's the cover.
And I'm James Hellman, here to bring you the latest on Messiah athletics.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where
Okay, hello, Messiah University. My name is Brandon Cruz. That has always been my name, Brandon Cruz. Can't forget that.
Brandon, what are you doing here?
I
It's
forgot,
okay.
the,
No,
I
yeah,
forgot
no,
the
I-
lines.
For a moment there I finally felt alive.
Maybe schedule a time to check out that massage chair because I know I will. Everything hurts. Cruz. I'm Brandon Cruz. I'm Brandon Cruz, and I'm Brandon Cruz. I am Brandon Cruz doing weather for the first time, so very excited.
Every golden road in heaven is a one-way.
Like 3-6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6. Like a G6. Like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6.
Good evening and welcome back to another edition of Falcon Update live on YBTV. I'm Emma Dingus.
What is up, guys? I'm Emma Dingus.
And I'm Emma Dingus. Welcome back to YBTV Sports. I'm Emma Dingus. And I'm Emma Dingus. For this week's Bird's Eye View, I'm Emma Dingus. And I'm Emma Dingus. And YBTV Sports. I'm Emma Dingus. I'm Emma Dingus.
What happened last night?
Let's go, girls.
I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end.
I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said.
Makes you happy.
What makes me happy?
La vida es un carrusel.
Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Well, thank you so much for all of your contributions, you guys. But yeah, is there anything that you guys would like to share with the rest of the crew? We can start with Rebecca first.
Even though I was here only for half a semester, for about one semester, this was a great experience for me and a great learning experience overall. And I'm looking forward to what else I can learn coming graduation.
Yeah, I also joined this semester, and it's probably my biggest regret in college is not joining YBTV sooner. But I tried so hard to get the most out of this semester, because it meant a lot to me to be a part of this group and to work with all of you. And I have so many people that I'm so appreciative of for helping me get the most out of this semester. I can't thank you all enough, truly. This hurts, I'm not gonna lie. It sucks to leave when you feel like you have more to offer, but I'm so appreciative to everybody out here, everybody in the control room. Thank you all so much. It means a lot, so I wish you the best.
Yeah, I've done YBTV except for one semester, all 3 years that I've been here. And it's just been a lot of fun. I've done a lot of different stuff with a lot of different people. And being the kind of the film guy around here, it's been fun doing all the different nap packs and Beyond the Breaches with Jess and so many other things. So yeah.
If they can, am I mic'd? Can we?
Is this thing on?
Can we?
Yes, you're mic'd.
Okay, thank you. Oh boy. Yeah, I joined in sophomore year. When I joined, I was a completely different person. I was just a nervous wreck all the time. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't know that I could do all the things that I've done here. So I'm very thankful for all the opportunities I've gotten to just make things that I wanted to make, and especially this semester with YB Tonight. I'm so very thankful that I got the opportunity to be involved with that. YBTV has taught me a lot about obviously getting into the world of broadcasting, but deeper than that, it's taught me about how to finally have confidence in my abilities, which I've struggled with a lot. But now, just looking at what we've accomplished, what I've helped to accomplish, I'm just very thankful for that, for, again, just being able to make so many different things, which that's not something that I ever knew that I could do. And I'm also incredibly thankful for all the people I met, because I've met some of my closest friends at Messiah here. And I know it's coming to an end, but just a word to everybody continuing on with this: keep up with it, keep up with all the good work that we've all been putting in, and I'm very thankful that I got to work with so many really good people, and I'm really thankful for my time here. So,
Thank you for sharing, Brandon.
Sorry, it's just I know I do, but I just, I like having a mic. It seems cooler. I'm gonna try and keep this as short and sweet as possible. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Rosie Schiano in the back. I would not have been here without her. Actually, my first friend here ever. We both came here as transfers. Reed, you're looking at me. I'm sorry, dude. I met you here. I met you here, brother. I met you here, and I love you. I love you. He's storming out. I don't know if we can get that. You probably can't. But he's storming out of here. But yeah, Rosie got me in here. I had no intentions of ever being in here, but you know what? I'm very thankful for it because I had a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, I met a lot of great people. I got my best friend through this gig. I got him in a lot of different things where, I'm basically his roommate now, and I'm a commuter, So yeah, had a lot of fun here, and I appreciate every single one of you standing up here and everybody in the back there. I really appreciate it all. Last thing I'm going to leave you with, the horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. Go Yankees.
Go Orioles. Yeah, I don't. We kind of recapped over sports, but no, just like Nate said. I mean, use what you have. It's a privilege to be here. You get a lot of good opportunities here and great people. I'll shout out Reed Milliken because Reed Milliken's the person who got me here, and that's my boy. That's my ride or die. And then, like Nate said, grateful for Nate, grateful for everyone else here. But yeah, it's been a great time. Let's show where's Reed Milliken? There he is. I see him in the back there. He was almost on camera. But no, it's a great joy to be here. It's a privilege, and it's been great to do it with all of you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a really sad kind of ending, but new beginnings and everything like that. But I met really some of like my best and closest friends that I have in college here at YBTV, and it's where I discovered like my passion for what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I'll forever be grateful and thankful for that. And yeah, I just think if I were to leave anybody with something, be echoing what everyone else said, but really just give it your all, no matter what it is. Put your whole passion and everything you can into it, and just follow what God has laid out for you and be faithful to Him, and it'll all work itself out in the end.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing. I know it has definitely been my particular pleasure to work with each of you, and I know I can speak for the crew as well that we're going to miss you guys a whole lot. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for tonight. So on behalf of myself, the crew, and our departing seniors, have a great night, Messiah University.